Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Slightly little different background. I have a photo that I got at an antique store. It is a picture of Windsor Castle with Queen Victoria and Albert, and I thought I would change it up a little bit. So I have this beautiful picture behind me of Windsor Castle. Details about my contest to win some of my things that I bought at the Jubilee will be coming up very soon. It's actually going to be August 1st is when it begins. Just some things I'll be giving away. And now that I think about it, man, I wish I would have bought more things. I could have bought so much more. They had so much there, but I had initially thought that I'd keep these things, but I thought it'd be even better to just give them away for a prize. So next time I head over there, I'll be sure to pick up more things to give away. And if you don't want to play, you don't have to play. All right, so let's get into this. Some information that I think is very timely with what is going to be happening with Tom Bower's book. And one of the things that is going to be coming out from his book is how Meghan has tried to lift her celebrity without getting noticed for many years. She was constantly struggling to be given a platform to get recognition. And I know that she had a friend in PR, and she finally got this part on Suits, and she had been struggling to get recognition once she got this major role on Suits, because she wasn't really on a big hit sitcom. She didn't do anything that was of high stature, and she felt that she had been accomplishing a lot of great things with her philanthropy as well. I know she went to South Africa. There were things that she was trying to do to get noticed, but she just could not get noticed. She could not get her platform elevated to a higher level that would like pew, shoot her to superstardom. It just was not happening on its own accord. So what happens? What happens next is we see she marries someone that is high profile. And this is sure to get her the recognition that she has been craving and working very hard years before even meeting Harry. So that was a main goal. And this is why I think a lot of people think that she didn't marry Harry for love. She married Harry for what he could give her in terms of a global platform, that superstardom, that elevating her to the next level that was really going to have her shining star, like really start to shine. And it finally worked when she met Harry. And this is what you're going to find out from Tom Bower's book, is that when she married Harry, then she started using this sudden stardom with her relationship with Harry being the Duchess now, and trying to parlay now that into doing the things that she was doing before Harry, and to try to get recognized and seen for these things. Got Harry the handbag, you know, he's right here helping me. He's opening the doors for me. But now I want to tell you about my philanthropy. And I want to tell you about all the great things I'm doing and all the things I did when I was a young girl. And, you know, pay attention to me now, because my handbag here, he opened the door. So listen to me speak. And people still were not listening, because it was like, okay, move out the way. We want to talk to your husband, or let me see you with your husband. It was never by herself still. It was never giving her what she had wanted now that the door was open by herself. Yeah, there are a lot of talks about them having a reality show and putting cameras in their homes. And we know Harry and Meghan, they do not want to do this. They do not want to be in their home with cameras and having their kids shown. Like, they really want to protect their celebrity for their children. Like, they don't want this stuff exposed to that level. That's what's going to get you recognition. Like, people want to see, what do you do with your children? You know, it's almost like you have to sell your soul for the things you don't want to do to get what you want to get. You see, it's like, this is just how life is. It's just like this. recently, Meghan and Harry get this documentary that she feels is worthy on Netflix because she had been doing things around her commentary around things at the 9/11 memorial site, the Central Park concert, the meeting the New York mayor, you know, the things that happened during the Uvalde shooting where she went and took those cameras. She was doing this all for this documentary that she has been working on. Even the things that she had done around the children at New York City when she went to that underserved school and she read her book to those children. It's just like, look, I'm a duchess. I'm a duchess. I'm Duchess. I'm a Duchess. Did you know that, boys and girls? I'm a Duchess. Yes. And then, you know, she wants to talk about things around gun control when she called the senators. Like there's all these things that she had done, and her crew, her Archwell people, have been filming her. And they've put together this documentary, giving her commentary around all these important issues. At the end, Netflix didn't want it. It was not good enough. She has been shopping this around, and now she's trying to get it or shopped around to other platforms, giving her opinion about things. It's like suddenly she thinks she's shining brighter because she's the Duchess, and it's like her voice is now the golden voice, and when she speaks, people want to hear because of who her husband is. And this is just not the case. This is just not the case. It's going to come out in his book. As a matter of fact, she became hysterical, completely hysterical, after the Vanity Fair cover focused mainly on her relationship with Prince Harry when that came out in 2017. She had finally worked really hard to get a cover, and it was only because she had become the fiance of this man that she was on the cover of this magazine. And so when she spoke to the editor and she spoke to the reporter about the, you know, things, they talked about her philanthropy. They spoke about all these things, and then the question came up about Harry, you know, and then she said, I love him. Yes, I love him, and all these great things. And then when the article came out with her on the cover of Vanity Fair, it was Harry. The cover was Wild About Harry suddenly. And she did not believe that they did not focus on the things that she thought her voice was important for people to hear now. And that the article focused on the head title was just about, you know, her relationship with this man that has propelled her. And so now she feels, at the time, she was really upset, and it speaks volumes because that is exactly what she's been doing present day. She's still trying to have her voice heard. It's like, hear me. Ta-da, I'm here, people. Now that I have a famous husband, don't you want to hear me speak? Don't you want to hear my voice? Aren't I suddenly important? Yes. And it's like, no, not really. You just a wife. Can we see your husband now? and this has been the problem. This has been the problem since before she met Harry. This has been the problem since she was engaged to Harry. What happened on the Vanity Fair cover, and this is what is happening now that she's actually married to the man. She's constantly trying to show herself in the forefront. Me. And she's seeing how she is just not as important. And this is really telling a lot. It's telling so much. And now we have stories coming out about Harry not being happy. He's really second guessing himself about leaving the royal family. And, you know, at the time, all this opposition. I want to leave the royal family. You know, Meghan and I, we don't want to be here. We're like caged in this place. Get us out of here. And the Queen was like, okay. The Queen was like, this was the Queen. She was like, she waved her fairy wand and she was like, be gone. You may now leave and depart for America. Go hither there too, you know. And they were allowed to go. They were like, okay, we leaving. And they left. And now they're in California. They have no association with anyone. And this is where a big problem is going to come. I'm just going to divert what I'm talking about here quickly. Now the children are isolated, right? They have just like a couple family of friends. But these children now are going to wander off, and they're going to want to be associated with more than the people that she wants to keep them confined to. And that's going to be a problem. I know, I've had children. Okay, and you cannot keep your children contained like when they're babies. When they get older, it's venturing out, and then your whole world is opened up more to more families. Okay, there's a train coming right now. What we have here is we have a woman who desperately needed to open a door. She could not have the door open unless a man opened it for her. She found the man that opened the door for her, and now she's trying to walk through the door by herself, but she can't. She can only walk through that door with that man still. And at some point, my friends, I think she's going to get rid of that man. She's going to get rid of that man, because as soon as she gets through that door, and she's still trying, and she's still trying. And so we are at a position now where we see it's all starting to come together. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together, because you cannot tell me that there is a woman out there that is trying so hard to get global recognition, and that when she finally finds a man to marry that gives her the global recognition, that she married that man for love because of now the global recognition that he has given her. There's just no way. It just does not make sense. It does not make sense. So what does Judge Judy say? She says if it doesn't make sense, it ain't true. Book that's coming out with Tom, it is going to be a doozy. And I think what it was is that Meghan really did not want to try to get the global stage through her own accord. She didn't want to continue trying to hone her craft as an actor. She had a great part on a cable show. That was an accomplishment that most actors would die for. I know I would. I was like, you got a part for me, So she was doing it. She was on her way. But I think because she was already older, she felt like she had to find a quick way to kind of like, okay, come on now. I got to get someone to give me this global recognition a lot sooner, because it's just not happening fast enough on my own. It's like, I can't do it by myself. I need a man. I need a man. And that man came as a prince in shining armor, and he was a prince, and his name was Prince Harry Windsor. This book is going to be a doozy. It's going to really reveal a lot. And I think Meghan, at this point, you got some issues, you got some problems you got to address. You have children now. You just can't. Everything that she touches, everything that she tries to do follows with negativity. It doesn't do well. Get it together and work on your craft. Work on something to be good at it. Don't just try to say, because I married a prince and I'm a duchess, you should hear me because my voice is now suddenly real important. And it don't work that way. It does not work that way.